Hello everybody. We're doing just a little bit of a check. Char Aznabal is apparently on our butts today. But we'll see. Here. We'll see how far we can go. As you can see, I'm dressed in the Mike Nesmith apparel today because it's like 5 degrees and my apartment building doesn't manage the heat well. So we will see how long we go before we have to turn on the electric heaters. Also, as always, let's pull that up. All titles and music is provided royalty free through my particular license through Storyblocks. So that pertains to interstitial music and the title, which is actually a composite of about 5 things plus my work in there. If you go to storyblocks.com/Quirtcast, you can see my license. I'm probably going to do this before every video now, just because of a problem I've been having with Facebook, where they don't recognize or don't care to recognize the Storyblock licensing. Now, Storyblock is really amazing in that through their subscription fee, they manage all your royalty-free music and video and the licensing through YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Unfortunately, Mark Zuckerberg's an asshole and loves the alt-right, so I seem to be having issues over there, but nobody monetizes shit on Facebook anyhow. So we'll just be dropping the licensing agreement. As I said before, if you go to storyblocks.com, you can check out their licensing agreements for your own work, and if the /Quirtcast, you can check out my licensing agreement if you so desire. With that said, we got a little bit of our way through our EVA. We basically built the spine, it looks like. And today we'll see how far we can go on our EVA unit here. So, it does have a lot of bendability, so I'm looking at this kit to be quite, look at that bend on that. That's crazy. So we're going to get some really cool action poses out of this kit, I think. So without further ado, we'll head to the table and see how we go. Okay, Char Aznabal thinks that we're being hilarious, so we'll keep the hilarity going. We're also going to try to not do the interstitial music today, as my power cord keeps falling out of my headset. We'll see how far that goes. Just to check out, see if Facebook is flagging this on their own, or it's my special little terrorist that keeps harassing me online and in real life, which is always fun. The life of a trans person in 2022 is still a raging hell. So looks like we left off here at assembling our front bracket here with our little red section, and using this cool closing off mechanism they have for locking it in there. And that means we need to pull F1 and A runner and the G runner. As always, we have our box of runners. It looks like chaos, but it is all alphabetized here. It's just a shallow box, like usual. You can actually get kind of runner organizer sets, but that's something I have to save up for, quite frankly. So if chaotic runners are an issue, they do have like stacked runner organizers that are available. But let's get going here. We have our new sharp, and we have our God hands and our tweezers. We did get to use some of our chrome stickers here on the waist, so we'll see what else we can highlight today. So I'm gonna move the instructions up top, have braid the dough there, manage our instructions, and let's pull A, F, and G here out of the bin. So got our purple A, my inability to spell, C, D, E, F, and G. Cool. So F is red and G is green. Hey, for once we got some onomatopoeia here. So G is green. Okay. So let's see, what is our first snip for the day? Oh, good find. We do need to pull an H as well. So let's E, F, G, H. Hey, hey, hey. We got an H. Okay, so what are we going to snap? We have the A and the F to snap first. So let's snap some purple. Cool. We're snapping 14 here first. First snap of the day. Let's see what we got. That's probably not great for sound. Let's go snap. Cool. Come on, we can get a better snap than that. Let's see if Fred will give us a good snap. We need F11. Okay. 10 and 11. Oh, this is a little dibbly-doo here. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that was better snapped. And our camera's sliding down the matrix here, so let's adjust the old adjustment. Here, let's see what we got. Do a little cleanup. So unfortunately, kind of have to make our own chill in the meantime. Got a little piece here and a little piece here. There we go. Let's brush that up just a little bit because sandy sounds. There we go. Now we got a little piece right here at home. There, that came off a lot easier now. Okay, let's get that little bugger there. Clean off our blade. Okay, so this is supposed to, this little bugger here is supposed to snap in and kind of show through our A14 here, which I do not see that happening. Are we sure we got the right 14? No, we did not get the right 14. We got a capper. That's why that looked crazy. That's why we double check things. Always go back. That's why these snap build kits are so great, is that because it's a snap build, you don't have to worry about accidentally gluing something up that you missed or may have put on backwards or differently. There we go. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So we've got some holes here. We're gonna kind of find a way to scoot these little exhaust thingies in the holes. So let's see, they want us to organize it like that. Okay, so one exhaust thingy goes in that locking thing there. There we go. Let's push it around from the back. Nice and snuggy. So that's nice. Got a little relief going there. So definitely cool color separation going on. Okay, so we got our first little bit on the instructions. So we got that little bit done. So that's that. We need to do our G3 and our H1 here. H5, I mean. So we're going G3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. There we are. Okay, gotta be a little careful. This has got a little ball end here that we need to watch out for. Super shiny. So, just being chill today. We're not going to worry about the world. Just us and our little robots here. So far this EVA has been a really surprising build. Just because doing a lot of Gundam style builds, even the wacky ones, like you kind of know what pieces are for what, but this has a very organic, different structure, so it's hard to kind of predict what is for where. Okay, pulling H5 here, which is kind of silvery. You know what we're going to do? We're going to, because this is silvery, we want it to be really silvery before we attach it and aren't able to see it ever again. So we're going to hit this with our marker, which I put, where did I put the markers? A second. Got a little shaking going on. A little bit of shaking. So let's see here. Let's actually do a little testy test here. Okay, yeah, let's move over to here. Oh, Char is being a frisky little boy today. Okay, so now we got split screens. We have our markers. So we do have our gunmetal. But I think we're going to pull silver here. How metallic do we want our silver? I think we're going to go the more metallic-y silver here. So we're going to pull out that paint marker, which paint markers are great for tiny pieces. Now if you want to do the big pieces, as always, you want to do your sanding and priming and painting with more of a water-based paint, something that works with the particular plastic of your Gundam. But in a pinch, for tiny pieces, our paint markers will be great. So, got the little silver. We're going to hit this like nobody's business. So we're just going to go over, silver it up. Now, like if you have a chroming pen or something, that would be even better. That way the pieces would really pop. So I'm going to just kind of pinch here. Make sure we hit the bricks as it were. Make sure that we get the entire front side. There we go. Got our edges. Cool. So I'm just going to set that aside for a hot second while that cools. Always cap up and keep those nice and wet. Okay, so while that's going, we are going to go. How does this bugger? Okay. So it looks like this is actually going to go in this kind of ball socket here. Which is interesting again that we're doing a lot of movable ball socket joints and flanges and stuff really early on in our build. So there we go. So we got that. It's got a little thing there. And like it doesn't take that long at all. And we've got our little gray part here, which is going to connect right over that spot. So we want see, it is not going in there. There we go. Cool. It's looking a little patchy, so let's so that's what's going to happen. So we got a little clamping issue here is what we got. So let's fit this back in our ball socket, hopefully in the right direction, which I think may be my issue here. It's hard to see the direction of the socket. There we go. Have a little overlap. Let's see here. Okay, so this is why we like spring-loaded content here. So, okay. So we've got this thing here, just like that. You want us to tilt it somewhat in this fashion, I'm guessing. Okay, so circular thing pointing out. Which I am being butterfingers today in the cold. And we are popping that in there, which we did previously. And then we are locking it down with our little silver plate here. It goes in this tiny little tab area. Which also requires us to pivot this a little. So there we go. Let's pivot that a little. Get in our tiny tab area and try to lock this down, shall we? So far there have been a couple of these that haven't made quite as much sense during initial construction. But when it pops, it works out. Okay, so there we got it. So they wanted it more parallel, apparently, than they were showing in the picture. But we got it. It's shiny, silver, and flush. So now we got to twist this around for something and add an A16. So we got a little moment of discovery there. Let's see what we discover with A16 here. Okay. Once again, sorry about no ambient music today. We are trying to see what about Facebook's live algorithm is flagging fully licensed and reported music, because even for the interstitial music, I have a separate license with an ASCAP affiliated stream service there that's all posted online, and supposedly they handle that too. So we're trying to see if Facebook is actually looking at those, or if they're just relying on abusive people online. Chances are they're just relying on abusive people. Okay, so we gotta do a little twist. Look at that. We got a little twist. A little twist, and we got some more cool layering. Cool layering. Then we're going to pop this little bugger on here, which is hard to do with butterfingers. Okay. Ooh. Oh, that fits so snug. Look at that. So snug. So look at how beautiful that is. The color separation. The red really popped. Stupid camera. It's really hard to show on this, because this is just a webcam, so this is probably the best distance I can give you. But the red really pops through the silver, and the line between the purple and green is just a really, really sharp, solid line. Very cool, very cool. Okay, Discovery 1. Let's see. Ooh, we've got some assembly. We got a poll. I3. HIJ. Cool. Oh, we're adding another color. We've got 4 colors. We're adding a 5th. We're being fancy today. Being fancy today. I will spare you all from my horrible singing. I could barely sing in boy mode, and I'm worse now. So, Okay, we're going to pull the tweezers out for this one, because I cannot hold on to you. You little bugger. Okay. That's right. I did say that last time. So we're going to just assemble you and then clean you up once you're in. Okay, so it says we need to put our little yellow thing in here, in something in the shoulder area. Discovery. Oh, there's a little tiny slit here in the shoulder that we're going to go for. Okay. Yeah, I am going to use you anyway, because you are a tiny little monster. Okay. So we are going to go... Does it go in that direction? I think I got it right in the first try. Woohoo! It's kind of an orangey yellow, which doesn't really show up. Let's make sure that it pops in. There we go. So we got a little orangey yellow thing on the shoulder pad there. And then we are going to pop our thing down here. Once again, it's a double ball joint. This one has a lot of ball joints in it, which usually they only do ball joints if they need super flexibility, but this is interesting. Let's pop that in. I want to hear a snap. Can I get a snap on the ball joint? Can I get a snap on the ball joint? Oh, there's one. Let's get the other one. Oh, don't be nasty. Ah, there we go. So yeah, it's got a little bit of a pivot going. Chest pivot. That'll be cool. Cool. So we're starting to build that out. And it looks like it wants us to do the same thing for the other side. So we're just going to kind of motor through that because now we know. Now we know how to do the other side. So we're just going to snippety snip our way into there. We can put that back. We're going to pop our shoulder here while we're at it. For the other. Oh, that was a good snap. Let's give us another good snap. Come on, snap. Oh, yeah. We be snapping. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Another good snap. A15. And an A17 as well, didn't we? Let's not forget about that. And my phone going off because I was not smart enough to put that on mute. The world keeps spinning, doesn't it? There we go. And we had an H4. So let's go H4. That way we can clean everything up here and give our little H4 time to dry. And then we had, last one is our G2. G2 is right here. That little finicky piece of work. Okay. So let's do our H first, and then we'll scrape and stream the rest here. Okay, let's get you ready to go. Once again, we'll grab it with our little tweezers so we don't have to shoot it right into our chest. That's also another way we could do this. Okay. So we'll set this aside. I'm going to pin it down here just so I can get that little bit that it's holding onto it from. Okay. That should do that. And let's clean up the rest, shall we? Let's get our little red bugaboo cleaned up here. This one, so far, they seem to be doing a good job of hiding the bits on our faceplate. Like, if you see this one, the connection is behind the faceplate as opposed to on the edge, so just gotta... Actually, I can take that one out with my little nips, which is why they're angled. So go in at an angle. Take that down. There we go. Nice and slick. Got a little bit of one on the edge, but that should be easy. Easy one to kick off. And as before, just kind of nestle that in here, which is always harder to do on camera than in person. There we go. There we go. Nice and snuggy. And then have this one. There, and this little plate that we put on right afterwards, this one is on the edge, so let's give that a little snip as well. There are little anglers. There we go. Snippity snip, snip, snip. There we go. Right there. Okay. Our H bit is dry. Okay, so let's try to do this a little smoother this time. Becca, can you do that? Becca shakes her head. No, 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 no. So yeah, we want this to kind of mount below. Then mount this on top. Do a little twist. Make sure that we're in. And then add this little bugger right on there. I am going to do a little touch up on the corner that I missed. For a hot second. Okay, let's get this other shoulder pad in the same fashion. Just snip that little undergate. There we go. Nice and snug. Now that one seems to fit a little snugger than this one, so let's actually pull this old one out and see if we can fix any potential undergating issues or anything that may have happened to be going on with the business end here. And it's a partial undergate, so let's go see if we can clean that up with the snips, or if we have to go in with the yeah, that's not going to work the snips. We'll just go in with the just gonna lean on that a little bit. Okay. There we go. There we go. That was a Becca issue for sure. Okay. There we go. Much more snug. Much more snug. Okay. Now let's pop our rivets in. Let's see if we can get a good pop. Good pop. Okay, one. 2 chest pops. There we go. We've got a chest there. And now what are we building out on top of the chest area? We did that. We did that. We've assembled that. Cool. We're pulling up runner B. B is for big, it looks like here. So cool. Got a B1. Okay, so we are going to grab 27, 28, and 29. So all together. So we are going to do 27, 28, and 29. So we're fishing this whole square out. So let's empty the square here. See if I can get the undergating. Yeah, that's going to be a 2 snipper. Definitely a 2 snipper. Okay. I'm going to roll that out because there's a little handle on there. Okay. Let's see if we can roll this one out too because there's a little handle on there. Okay. Okay, let's clean up our undergate. Second one here. Yeah. There we go. Then we got just a little sliver there, so let's hit that. Not too hard because this looks like it's a facing place. Just want to knock it down. Okay. Same here. We just want to knock it down. Make sure there's no undergating. There we go. Same here. Okay, so how are we assembling this? Okay, so once again, we gotta look at our instructions. We are facing that direction. So we want to put on our side armors first. So the side armors have a front gate. And kind of wrap like that. So we got a front gate, wraps like this, and adheres to the first hole. So this is going to be some vertebrae work, it looks like. Whether it's our abs or the back. I think it may be our abs. We will see. So we put that little pin in there. Which it's rocking on the pin a little bit, so usually things fit a little snugger than that. So we'll see. Yeah, this definitely looks more like the front of the EVA, so I think these are our abs. So there we go. Let's squeeze that one in from the back here. There we go. So we got some good separation, leaving some spine room. And now our front plate here will lock into those little windows, it looks like. So unlock in. There we go. So we got a good lock. It does have two little window patches here. So we'll see in the final build what we need to do here to fill in that. Because we got a little bit of a gap here on the edge. But so if this needs to be filled in, we'll do that in post. But that's our first ab. Looks like we're working our way down here. We're doing some abs. So let's get the next set going. This is the G set of abs. So let's find G. As in the royal G. G-H-I-J-K F G. Did I pull out G already? That's right, G is for green, so we got green abs for this one. So we've got our green abs. Pull that one. I'll pull these little doors off here. Here we are. Let's get those gates. Okay, so this should apply pretty similarly, so we want to make sure that and my fingers are just the butteriest butterfingers today. And let's go that one first. Okay, so we'll do that side first here. Okay, this was easier to follow from the back. There we go. Push that one in. Push that one in. That aligns nicely, doesn't it? Kind of snap that in back there. That's cute. And then snap in our fronts. Snuggy, snug, snug, snug. Maybe if we punch it a little forward, that'll make that a little easier. There we go. Okay, so we have a little bit of a cap on that side. Squeezy, squeeze, squeezy, squeeze. We got our green abs. And then looks like we got one last little purple section here. B25, B24, B26. Okay, so those have little pins on them, so we gotta make sure that we don't wreck the little pin. There we go. Double snap here. So on these things that I know that are face plates, I'm not snugging it in really tight. I'm actually leaning, I think, away. So I'm snipping away from the unit. That way I'm less likely to make a stress mark on it, and then I come in and do a second snap. Now anything that I think that's going to be like an interior piece, I don't really care that much. But anything that's like going to be a major face piece like that, you want to kind of do the snap away and then snip again, or this light shave that you do when they're really tight like this. But when you do the shave, then you gotta be really, really light touch. Okay, so once again we are going to try to pin in the gate. Yeah. Okay, so this one has a little bridge, so we're locking this little pin in here in a very particular direction. So maybe coming in from behind may be a little easier on this last one. With this angle at a very particular angle. Let's see. There we go. Good luck. Okay, so we did have one last little bit here. All snap together, tight, tight, tight. And our last thing here is we're going to grab C42. So C is A, B, C, D. Release, please. Release. There we go. There we are, C42. Hiding in the corner. Tiny, tiny, tiny. So again, that's just going to be right there. One snip. To bind them. It's just a little white nubbin on the end there. Okay. Yep. Are you not amused, crotch pocket? Sure that, because it's got a little pivot pin in here, so we need to make sure that snaps in. It's not quite there. Okay. That is achieved. Now it looks like we're going to fill in the spine here, because we've got all these H segments and a giant B underneath that. So let's pull out the giant B while we have that here. So that is going to be 30. There we go. Here. Let's again tilt away. While we're snapping. There, and tilt away while we're snapping. Okay. Then we come in and clean it up. It's a little bit of a... Okay, let's pull the H's. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I cannot spell for the life of me today. Okay, so we've got 3 silver plate things. So where do we put that silver marker? Here. So we are going to let's get away. Snips in. Being a little aggressive here, because we are going to silver this up. Okay, so let's silver this puppy up. Once again, we can grab it from that underpin. Go to town on that. Once again, this would actually look really cool with chrome or more of a gunmetal gray, probably. But let's do the next one here. I don't want to use the usual gunmetal because that's more of a pewter look, although that could work as well. up here on the underside. That's useful. Okay. And this will just make it pop a little bit more because the gray looks a little on the darker. Side, and if we really soak it, we'll get rid of our lines there. Okay. There's that one. And then our third one here, let's fix that up. That in first on our butt flap. And we are going to go in turn order here. So I did that in reverse order, didn't I? It's much more snug. Okay. Just touch up some of those tacky parts. Cool, we got our spine. And that shines a lot more than the compared to that. So you can even see that on my crappy camera. So that's gonna show up a lot more. Cool, so that's our spine. Oh, we have a moving check. They like to check. See that we can move our flaps in and out. Yep. That was a little too aggressive there. It all snaps back into place. It all moves. All moves. Oh, see, I was bad, and I was put my tacky finger down right on that corner. Oh, it's still being tacky. Okay. So that is our torso. Ooh, we are going to work on the EVA head unit. I think we're going to do the head, and then we're going to stop at the head today. Those are usually the most difficult. So we've got, so this came out pretty good. Like, this is very, almost bug-like. Like if you look like a caterpillar or something. Very, very structural. Very, very cool. Okay. So, clearing off, we are going back to our head unit here. This is probably a shoulder flap, so we'll put that back in the box. And that was B12 anyhow, so let's go get F, G, H, and A. So we got H, G, pull these up. F and A. So we got all the colors going on. All the colors going on here. Check, make sure we didn't have any stickers. No stickers. Okay, so we got that there. That there. Let's find F7. F7. Ah. That looks a little familiar for our Gundam Meisters. There we go. So F7. As we drop it on the floor, because that's what we do here at Quadcast Central. Seems to be in shape, but did you hear that? I even heard that. Okay, we got that. And now we have to find G and get our little green pieces here. So, what are those? 8 and 9. Oh, those are tiny. Look at these. They're kind of raised, and they almost look like exhaust ports. Let's see if we can get those from the back here. And these are undergated right there, so clean that up. There we go. tight. So we want that to be flush, flushy, flush, flush, flush. Same thing here. We want to grab undergating. Okay, flushy, flush, flush, flush. Okay. So how do we want to do this? We want to do it this way. That mounted like that. Is that what we want? No, we wanted that to do it the opposite way. Or not. Let's see here, we got okay, so we want that in that direction. Then we want that in this direction. So this should mount on like that. There we go. Okay, that's just me fumbling with my fingers. This is that one. Okay. Go. So we got some little red exhaust ports coming through. Okay. We have an H1, 2. So once again, very gentle here. Save that pin. We also save that pin. Wait, since we're on our kick of painting up all the H parts, should be consistent. Okay. So we're just juicing all over just in case. Okay. Okay, so that's that H part, and then we want to grab the big A part here, A10. Slip away, slip away. Oh, darling, snip away. Okay. To the dark end of the street. There we go. You and me. Okay. There we go. Grab our little H piece here, which has to go in first anyhow. Guess that snuggles right onto our front, but with the pin up. It says pin up. So how does that snuggle? Like right on? That sits right like that. It's not very secure right now. See here. Looks like we're going to clamp that in right now. On the top. That's what that pin is for. That's what the pin is for. Okay. Looks like we have a little bit of gating that we did not cleverly grab on that tiny, tiny piece. So I have to clean that up a little bit. Okay, so we pin that in, tiny, tiny pin. Touch up my little smudge. Little smudge. Okay. Okay, so we got that. Oh, we got to pull from the special bracket. Special bracket. We pull from this one, which already has layering in it, apparently. So we are grabbing piece number 4 here. This is exciting. I've never seen a piece like this before. So we are going to be very gentle how we remove this piece. See, I don't even know if we're meant to scrape down the excess here. Seems very, very specific. Yeah, that seems symmetrical. Okay, so we got this cool part, And now we got to grab on F8. Fate, if you will. Oh, there we go. F is for fire engine. Okay, 6, 8. Ooh, tiny, tiny piece. Baby piece. Tiny piece. Okay. Let's clean that up. Tiny little piece up. There we go. Okay. So we are, that is going to be like that, so we're going to put that in this way first. Which way does this little guy go? This guy is pinned down. So we snuggle this in here. How do we snuggle this in here? Well, that makes a little cozy all on its own, doesn't it? Look at that. Very tight. Okay, and then that little pin goes right in there. And snug, 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 snug. There we are. And they decide to sweep upstairs right now because it's a Thursday. But look at that. We have our Eva's eyes. That's our Eva's eyeballs. That is so cool. Like, it's really hard to pick up on this camera. Ugh. I need to do a go through at the beginning or something. I don't know. Can I do it on the main cam? Let's see. Check out those eyes. They're very rigid. They're lightning bolts, but like that separation is great. Like that is very precise. Lightning bolt eyes. That's gonna be wild. It does have like little tear marks with the red showing through. Oh, let's do this. So hopefully that'll show up a lot more. That's that little red part we put in underneath here. So hopefully that will show up a lot more. That is clever. I have not seen that before, and that actually is much sharper than on the Gundams, so I'd like to see more of that actually. Okay, so now we gotta pull H again. For the back of the head, H1. Clean that up a little bit. Once again, we're going to grab our pin here. And we're going to go to town with our silver marker because that's what we've been doing. like here, if I knew what I was building more, this has like a little ridge in back, I might do like a two-tone. I actually, this is a kit of discovery for me as well. So, set as more of a clamp. Make sure we got that done as well. Okay, we'll let that sit for a hot second. And now we have a couple alternate things we can do here. We can grab our M horn here with our pre-printed green striping, which looks amazing actually. Like, once again, let's see if we can get that up on. Like, that is injected on the runner, and how thin and precise that is. Injected in the plastic on the runner. That's amazing. But it does say we can alternatively do an A one here and sticker it up. So it says A11, wherever that is, A11. So just to show the difference, put my thumb there. So that's A11 right there. That's kind of standard what you would do on the regular Gundam kit, and then that's our M. We're definitely going with the M for our build, but it's interesting that they did both, and then they included this weird little stripy thing on the side here that we were supposed to wrap around that tiny little unicorn bit. So we are going to do our M instead, just because it's super cool comparatively. And I want to be very careful. I don't want to force us to have to use the A. My stupid butterfingers. Okay. Now I guess if you were like super insistent on doing like a full paint job version, you would do the A. But the color separated parts here are so good. There we go. Very gently. Okay, so we got that. We are going to pull A8 though. Wherever that was, as my headset once again becomes dislodged. There we go. Okay, so we are going to pull A8 here. 6, 7, 8. Okay. So this still confuses me on panel lining because there are some good ridges in here. Yeah, it's always reverse. There are some good ridges on there, but I still don't know if we want to do any actual panel lining to this. We can always come in later and do a little bit of cleanup, but that tends to be just a little sloppier than if we did it as we go. Which that's a little technique thing too there. Like if you want precise panel lining, like I did on the Gundam, the new Gundam, do it as you go. But if you want something that looks a bit more weathered and just kind of bleeds in the creases, like weather damage, you can just build the whole thing and then do your panel lining after. Okay. So we did that. Let's see, our H part should be dry here, so let's assemblage. Looks like it kind of slides into a groove there. Once again. So that goes in there. This little headpiece nestles on top. Switch away. And then a little kind of Ava unicorny thing. So there we go. Oh, that's even better. Our gray, those are our teeth. Okay, so now that we know what those are, I'm going to come in later and we are going to add some aggressiveness to those teeth, because like that scene where it goes into like beast mode, that's what we want out of this kit. We want to see that scene where like Shinji just like rips the angel apart and starts like chewing at it. Okay, so now we're going to assemble the underbite here. Now that we know what this is, we're going to work on the chin. And we're going to assemble that here. Okay, okay. This is exciting. So it's going to have a movable chin, which is cool. So we can have it closed, and that traditional, and then we can have it like that aggressive open look. So I don't know about you, but I'm excited. the head here is a great reveal. That's an exciting reveal for the day. So we're going to do, let's pop our H here right now so we can get that all silvered up. Silver this up and get ready to go. Because now we know what this is. We know that this is our teeth. So depending on what this looks at the end here, I might actually come in and dry brush some of that pewter in there to get more definition on the teeth here. Just make sure I get the other side of that bite. Okay. There we go. Cool. So now we got to do G is green. So we are pulling G7. And then last piece we want is that F piece. F, what size is that? F6. 5, 6. Oh, that's a tiny one. Tiny pieces. Heads are usually the toughest because they are so tiny. Here. Make sure that that's going to fit tight. Same thing here. This is our lower jaw, so we just need make sure we got a good flush angle going. Okay, our H is dry. So it says we slip this on first, looks like. That tucks in like that. And the red this slips on the top here. And we lock that in like this, it says. We got it. Check that out. Okay, we're going up to the big screen because this is hot. So, yep, it's got a good hinge. It's a little loose on the hinge, so we'll see. But like we like the aggressive. Here's the front of it. It's got a nice reveal in the mouth on the hinge. But that's hot. Check that out. How you doing? Are you winning, son? That is one variation on the thing that I have not seen yet. So, it says we plug it in right away on the chest unit. So, here we go. Moment of truth. We have our EVA is being built out. Check that slouch. So, like the neck pops a little to give you a little bit more aggressive. Ah! I need to find a way to operate this like a Muppet now. So, like the pivot, it's got some head pivot on its own, very little, and it really uses that neck to use the extra pivot there. So, I'm excited. This is very cool. I think this was a good day. Check that out. Super aggressive. Super aggressive. Super aggressive. Cool. So I think that's going to be it for today. According to our instructions, next time will be leg day. So we'll see how our EVA unit here is going to stand up. Cool. So until next time, hope everybody has a good time and takes time to chill with their robots.